Hi guys, welcome back to another Chat Spat. I'm all up in your face today. I'm also sorry about the fact that I'm wearing the same exact makeup I was last week. I just filmed the Get Ready With Me for you guys with this, which you have already seen on Monday, I believe. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, but this is why you're seeing it again. But it is really pretty, so why not? For those of you that are new to these chat spats, I do them bi-weekly, and they are just a sit down, talk to you guys about topics that either you guys bring to me or things that I just personally want to talk about. So today we are going to be talking about topics that I got from other people, from viewers and fellow creators. We have some really good topics to talk about today, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Make sure to join in on the conversation. This is a group effort, so leave all of your comments, your advice, your tips, your experiences all down in the comments below, and let's just get right into it. Now the first topic is from an anonymous person, but this is something that I think that a lot of us should talk about or have advice for, or we can relate. So she said, I just got hard evidence my husband had an affair 2 years ago. I found a message in the mailbox he didn't know was there. I suspected it but had no proof. He had me convinced I was crazy then. Now that I found this and went off on him and the mistress, I still feel at a crossroad. I can tell he is really sorry and I'm trying really hard to forgive him. My mind just keeps going back to that time and how I should have followed my gut instinct and hired a PI. We have been married for 16 years and I think I'm still in shock that I was right. So she wants some advice on that, on the fact that after 16 years, she found out that 2 years ago her husband cheated on her and he made her think at that time that she was crazy for even thinking that. And I don't know about a lot of you, but I believe that we all have been in maybe not a marriage, but a relationship that is so close to something like this that we can all relate in some way. Now, I have been in a relationship like this. I have not been in a marriage like that because me and my husband have not gone through anything like that, and I hope and pray that we never do. But I have been in a relationship like that where my boyfriend at the time was like a serial cheater. He cheated all the time, and it had nothing to do with me. It was him completely and his mental illnesses and what was going on with him and his own insecurities. I think that it plays out to be a little bit different in a marriage just because people all feel differently about marriages. You know, some people feel like, you know, marriage is just a piece of paper. Other people feel like marriage is forever, and that can depend on your religion, just on your beliefs, bottom line. But some people are forever with marriages, and some people are just like, you know what, it's a piece of paper. It's as easy as a divorce. Wipe my hands, done. But I'm guessing you asked me for my opinion, so I'm going to give you my opinion on this. Now, for me, marriage is forever. It is a forever thing. I'm not religious. However, I believe and I was raised that when you're married, you are married for good unless you just cannot do anything else besides be apart. It's not healthy, etc. That's when, for me, I would say a divorce is the best option. In this circumstance, I do not know you guys personally enough to know your relationship, your marriage, you know, anything about you guys. But the way that it sounds like you're going sounds like it's a very good path that you're taking, that you're trying to forgive him, that you see that he's sorry, that you now know everything that's going on. But that lingering cloud that is telling you that you were right the whole time, the fact that he did something so cruel to you while this was going on and he did not respect you enough to even give you the truth as it was happening, that is something that is going to take a lot of time to forgive. Is it possible? Yes, it's completely possible to forgive someone for breaking your heart to that extent. It is completely possible to mend a marriage that's been broken to that degree. It really depends on your personal friendship, your personal relationship together, and both of your guys' want to keep the marriage alive. The first thing that I would do, first and foremost, is make sure that the person that he cheated with is out of all of your guys' lives. Completely. She needs to be completely gone, because if she is anywhere around, the trust is never going to be there. It's never going to be there between those two for you. So she has to be completely out of the way. And another thing that I would actually tell you guys to do is get into couples, like marriage counseling, couples therapy, stuff like that, and work it out with a professional. They can really help you determine if keeping your marriage together is something that is possible, and if it is something that's possible, they can help you both forgive and mend and grow and be stronger from this event that took place. And I just wanted to say that I am incredibly sorry that you ever had to go through something like that. I know how it feels, not in a marriage, but I do know how it feels with someone that I felt that I was fully in love with. So I really do just want to say that I am so, so sorry that you had to go through that you had to feel that pain. But if you can forgive your husband, I highly suggest doing that. But I also highly suggest seeking some therapy, counseling, something to help you completely mend and forgive. Otherwise, you're going to keep coming back to him with, I don't trust you, you did this, so I don't want you to do this. And it can, in the future, be very detrimental to your guys' marriage. So I definitely believe that therapy, you know, counseling, anything for you guys should definitely be in the cards. I think that the fact that you know that he's sorry, that you want to forgive him, but it's kind of hard to get to that place of forgiveness. I think that that just right there reveals that there is hope for you guys, and that's very, very nice to see and hear. So I definitely think to get you off that crossroad, to get you in a place of healing, you definitely need to seek out a therapist with both of you guys. You both need to be together because obviously something happened that made him want to stray. Something happened, and that may not be your fault, okay? We always put that on ourselves. It's an inward thing, like what did I do wrong to make him do that? That is not always the case. It's sometimes, and most times, it is the other party's fault, something within them, their insecurities, them feeling some sort of way and not reaching out before seeking other attention. Don't blame yourself. Seek therapy, mend your marriage, and keep me up to date, girl, because I really want to know how you guys are doing in the future. If any of you guys have ever gone through something like this, please leave your stories and comments, advice, everything down below so she can read it and maybe get a little bit more advice and just know that she is not alone here, you guys. So I would love to read your guys' comments as well. Okay, moving on to some comments that were left on my beauty Facebook page, which I have down below all the time. If you guys have not liked that page, I highly suggest liking it. I show a lot of pictures, I ask a lot of questions, I give a lot of tips to giveaways, future giveaways, extra entries, stuff like that. All the winners are announced on that page, so if you want to keep up with what's going on with me, I highly suggest liking that, so I will leave that down below. But I asked in a post on there if anybody had any topics they wanted to discuss, and of course, as amazing as you guys are, you left me a bunch. So I had a question that says, I keep wondering, I hear my favorite YouTubers call out other YouTubers indirectly. Why won't anyone name names? Like when Karina talks about YouTubers who stole this, or YouTubers that scammed this person, or yourself saying someone anonymously talked about you on Guru Gossiper but you know who she is, why not call them out on their shit? Is it out of respect? Or you just don't want those people talking about you in return? I'm mainly asking because I'm dead curious. You know, I know that so many of you see this happening. So many of us creators do this all the time. And you guys are just, and even us, you know, because we're viewers too. Even us will be like, why don't they just say, this person did this? You know, or I'm talking about this person, and this person. And it gets really irritating, especially when you're left to do nothing but assume who these people are talking about. And the bigger YouTuber that it is that does this, the more dangerous it becomes and the more problematic it becomes, because the viewers will protect any YouTube creator that they love. You know, so they assume that this person's talking about this person or this person or this person, and they go and they attack this person. And most of the time the viewers are wrong about who the creator is talking about, and it just leads to unnecessary drama, fighting, and cattiness. So I have done this plenty of times. I probably will end up doing this again sometime in the future, and I apologize for that. For one, it is very, very hard because you can get in legal trouble for naming someone's name and then what you say after. It can be, depending on what you say, what you show, what you do, it can be categorized as slander or defamation of character, so you have to be very careful with that. Also, a lot of people do it indirectly because we don't straight out want to start drama with fellow creators or other people, but we want that person to know what we're saying. We want them to know without sending all of our viewers to go attack that person. So it can be a very hard line to follow because you don't want your viewers to attack them. You don't want this huge blown out drama, but you want that person to know how you're feeling. And usually the whole, oh, we'll go to them privately, that doesn't happen a lot, you guys, because we're video creators. This is what we do. This is how we express ourselves. So a lot of the times, no, we do not maturely go to that person because usually we're assuming what's going on ourselves, and that's honestly the truth of it. You know, it's a whole lot of immature cattiness, or we're trying to cover our ass from legal issues, or we're actually just trying to protect that person from having a horde of viewers go and attack them. And a big reason for me is, especially with the guru gossiper thing, the reason why I don't name names as to when I believe I have, you know, I know who's doing things to me, it's because I don't have concrete proof that I can show people. I don't like to put my foot in my mouth. I don't like to make an ass out of myself. So if I do not have proof of what someone is doing that I can legit shoot up on the screen and show you guys, I'm going to say things indirectly. So that person, it's like a warning. So that person knows, I know what you're doing. I know who you are and what you're doing. Knock it off. Like, that's pretty much what my indirectness is. You know, it's a warning. And if they don't stop by the time that I get the proof, well, you guys will get a very direct video after that. Now, of course, those are only a few reasons. Some other creators might have completely different reasons as to why they are indirect about things. But for me, that's what I assume for other people, and that's what it really is for me on a personal level. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about was from another creator, Lindsay, and she is Mommy Wears War Paint, I believe. I might have messed that up a little bit, but I will leave her channel down below. She's amazing and so kind. But she wanted to talk about how drugstore items are now getting so expensive that they are like right up there with high-end Ulta, Sephora pricing. So I really wanted to discuss this too, because I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of pissed off about it. Like, I'm mad. You know, a lot of us stick to the drugstore, or we are 90% drugstore, 10% high-end, because we cannot afford those prices. And lately, it seems like everything is only a couple of dollars away from what it costs to get a high-end item. And honestly, if I only have to spend a couple more dollars to get a high-end item, I'm going to get that high-end item, because not always, but for the most part, high-end items are made with better quality, you know, formulas, better quality items, and they have better formulas. So if I only have to spend $1, $2, $3, $4 extra to get a high-end item versus a drugstore item, I'm gonna go with the high end. And lately, it just seems pointless to even go to the drugstore. However, the drugstore is bringing the game, you guys. Like, they are really stepping up their game. They are bringing better items out there. But me personally, with all of the new drugstore items I've tried, I still do not believe that they are good enough to warrant the price increase. I do think that how they are quality-wise now warrants the old pricing and would make it amazing. It would make the drugstore perfection, like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory to me. But now that they raised their prices, I'm just like, it's still not good enough to warrant that. I'm sorry. And if it's only a couple of dollars more, my ass is going to Ulta or Sephora, and I'm going to get the good stuff, because why not? I mean, like another person did say under there, Britt, she said she wanted to talk about drugstores not having testers, and how some Walgreens are now bringing in testers, and how much money you could have saved if you had just been able to test the products before buying them at the drugstore. Well, now that their pricing is this high, they better be bringing out those damn testers. That's all I have to say, because now that we're getting into like the double digits for single items in the drugstore, you know, like $10, $20, $15, I better be able to test out the product before I buy it, or I'm going to be very, very pissed off, and the drugstore is not going to be a place that I shop anymore. So I really, really do believe that the quality is getting there. They're making it better. I do agree, but I don't think that that warrants the price change. Not in the least does it warrant the price change. And I also think if they are going to have the price change, they need to have testers available for every item in the drugstore. So I really want your guys' opinions on this, so please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about this, because seriously, a lot of us go to the drugstore to save money. It's just like, now what the hell do we do? So that is everything that I wanted to talk about in this chat spat. I hope that these topics were something you guys were interested in, or that you guys have been wondering about as well. I'm always up to talking about really anything that you guys want to know. You know, like, I know that YouTubers can be very indirect sometimes. We can be very immature. We can not deal with things, you know, discreetly sometimes, and there are reasons for that, but sometimes it's just us being immature, and I'm sorry that you guys have to be put in the middle or see that or have your time wasted watching a video that consists of that. And I do that as well sometimes. I'm working on that. You know, I'm growing as a person as I'm growing as a YouTuber, and I just hope that you guys are understanding to the YouTubers who do this. You know, there's a plethora of reasons why different YouTubers are so indirect with calling out people or throwing shade, you know, all of that good stuff. There's always a reason, and it's always different. So I hope you guys understand. Make sure to leave all of your comments. Please leave comments about the first topic we talked about. I really want her to not feel alone at this time, because I mean, that is something so hard to go through after being married for so long. I'm reaching out to you, girl. Please keep in contact with me so I know that you're okay and that I know how things are going between you guys. And yes, everybody, please leave your comments down below. Let's give her lots and lots of love as she goes through this, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.